Alright, so this is trend review on the YM. Chart I'm looking at is the daily. Don't worry about all the indications I have here. The main point is what I wanted to cover. So this is the daily chart, and the daily chart shows a swing straight up in a breakout, but this is, I don't think it's bullish. Why am I saying light? Anyway, it's going up there, but I think it's going to reverse and pull back or try to absorb or something. But putting all that all aside, it's setting up for a rotation over here, meaning it's setting up for a pullback. So this is the Dow E-mini. You got buy at the lows and rotation high over here. And now I'm going to go into lower time frames and see what's going on. So obviously it went above resistance and now it closed below resistance. And on this time frame, I'm just exploring it. This right here is very, very bearish. Um, it can at least set up a nice bullback, in my opinion. Over here, this ding, 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 ding. Right here is that's not bullish. That right there is significant distribution at that high, and they will have a price objective. They're gonna get theirs price objective fill because this is not a rally. Should not look like this, in my opinion. When it goes up and start going sideways, it's because they're holding the area and selling. Then you have sell signal because on the lower time frame, selling came in. So anyway, this sideways movement of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, around 10 bars is is I think that one bar. So I could be wrong, but that behavior I recognize it as distribution, and that's at the top of a wave. That's exactly where it's supposed to occur. And when I take a look at other point figure, this I forgot what the number was. It's not 200, but it's 200 times 10,000, I think, or 1,000, 200. It's either 200,000 or 2 million. But whatever it is, they offloaded a crap load of a very large amount of contracts. And they sold the highs. Okay, so this high, this is not buying or breakout. This is selling the high, and what that's nothing more than buying low, sell high. So offloading a large amount of inventory in this area, and we'll see what happens after if it pulls back, blah blah blah. But this is definitely offloading like a significant amount, and then pulling back. If it pulls back lower, this at least would be a resistance area that would need to be absorbed. I think they sold high, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna come back down for at least a pullback, but we'll see. Now I'm going on a lower time frame to explore it even further. You can see the distribution. Ding, 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 ding. Until 19,000 contracts here and a nice break. Sign of weakness. I mean, someone will call this a sign of weakness, but the positions were established all across this area, and this was where you got a little tip off before the break. Um, so all in all, daily, you know, I guess you call it shortening of the thrust or something like that. Like it's just right above this area where it goes up and then it closes below. And again, when it went up into that area, I think it was 200,000 or 2 million, but a very large amount was sold in that area. Let me see. I think 200,000. And that's how it looks. Distribution sideways. Ding, 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 ding. You know. So this market, in my opinion, and on the daily, I'm wondering why it didn't give a sell signal here, but that's because I have my retracements at a high amount. like just to be sure. But if I lower it, I'll get a sell signal up here. But still, I might still get it, let it move sideways or something, and then But I'm not trading the daily, but I do use it because, again, as I've explained before, the whole point of using a higher time frame, lower time frame, any time frame is the whole. The key skill is you have to increase awareness, market awareness. All right, that's what Douglas talks about in his works. The point is increase awareness to the point where the awareness is so high that you reach objectivity. If you reach objectivity, you have very high percentage of trades that work, and that is trading in the zone. But anyway, so up here, we'll see what happens. I'm looking for pullbacks into this area, maybe more selling. I don't know, but the support is considered to be here. It's probably right there. Now, does that mean it's gonna go down to support and then make another high? I don't know what's gonna happen next, but in my mind, like, it can come back down, accumulate, and rally, get stuck at resistance and then break, something like that, or up thrust after distribution, or it may just break here. Any of these possibilities exist. What what I think though is that this distribution is pretty heavy, and and it would at least cause a pullback as it's doing, and the rest remains to be seen. But this market getting very interesting on the short side for me. Anyway, folks, this is educational only, as I've said. Trade at your own risk, and just take a look at these charts for yourself and try to learn. All right, bye.